Sons of Tathagata, Stepping on the Map of Life 21 Kilometers Away, book by Venerable Jue Cheng. The author, Venerable Jue Cheng, is a Malaysian Chinese who had been ordained under Venerable Master Xing Yun of Fo Yangshan in 1990. She is passionate about promoting humanistic Buddhism with 16 years of propagating Dharma in Brazil and South America. She is currently serving Fo Yangshan in Malaysia and Singapore, committed to promoting culture and education with focus in character building for children and youth. It is her wish that the world will be filled with the laughter of children, the joy of teenagers, the singing of young people, and the sound of elders chanting Buddha. 1. Life in the Monastery. In 1989, I learnt of Fo Yangshan Sunglin University from Human magazine. Sunglan University's motto of fostering talent through education had intensely attracted me. I was then running a kindergarten with my friend. This had led to my decision to take up an education course at Fo Yangshan. On arrival at Fo Yangshan, I began to realize that Sunglan University was not an ordinary education institution, but an education institution for all round development of a person that comprised of living habits, ideologies, and cultivation of talents, and etc. I entered the Sunglan University by chance and yet fell in love unexpectedly with this quiet learning environment which emphasized on deep studying of the sutras. The dignified and respectful demeanors of the teachers, the various activities of humanistic Buddhism had helped me to integrate myself in the life of the monastery. Living day and night with the teachers and classmates, we regarded each other as close family members. I began to cherish every single thing in the university. Every time when it rained heavily in the middle of the night, my classmates and I would get out from our beds and went up to the top floor to inspect the outlet of the drain pipe. Just in case the drain pipe was blocked by fallen leaves, which can cause flooding at the university. One late night, we were awakened by the thunderstorm, worrying about the drain pipe being blocked. We got up wearing raincoats and made our way silently to the rooftop to inspect the outlet. As we cleared the leaves from the outlet, a shadow emerged. It was Venerable Yung Fu, the Director of Academic Affairs. She looked at me and whispered to me, "Go and change your wet clothes." She added, "You can go and link beyond Dan." Ling Bian Dang means to collect the application form to become a monastic. I looked at her ignorantly with a shy smile and did not know how to respond. At that moment, it never occurred to me that I would ask to be ordained. Every time when there was an ordination ceremony, my classmates would ask me, "Want to come along?" I always turned down with a smile and said, "I am not qualified for ordination." However, when days went by, I was imperceptibly influenced and began to ponder about my objective in life to ascertain my true nature. My aspiration for renunciation gradually emerged. The road of renunciation required the clearance of my own hurdle and that of my mother's more difficult one. My father passed away at an early stage, and my mother alone raised us. All our siblings are respectful to our mother. We adhere to the fundamental filial piety of not offending our mother. Renunciation without the blessing of my mother would definitely upset me. When the idea of renunciation budding in my mind, I subtly mentioned my intention of renunciation in my letters and telephone conversations with my mother. According to the traditional perception of the Chinese, the renunciation of a child means the loss of a child. Therefore, when my mother sensed my intention for renunciation, I began to receive messages that my mother had been ill and required my return to Malaysia. although she did not clearly object to my intention to seek renunciation. Every time when I rushed home, my mother recovered almost instantly. I knew it was my mother's plan to stop me from seeking renunciation. At that time, to serve the sentient beings was my aim. Yet, I was confronted with the obstacle of familial affection. Incidentally, when I attended a lecture on sectarian philosophy, the Venerable Master invited questions from the students. I stood up to consult him. Having heard my grievances, Venerable Master smiled and said, "If you can't convince your mother to support you, then you should make arrangements for your mother to visit and tour Fo Yangshan in Taiwan." Following Venerable Master's advice, I took my mother for a visit and tour Taiwan during the university vacation. With the help of my classmate Shu Wen, I also took my mother to visit many meditation centers of Fo Yangshan all over Taiwan. These included Fo Yangshan Jili Temple, which was still under construction, Fo Yangshan Hai Tian Temple in Penghu, Fo Yangshan Lanyan Temple in Ilan. After having several extensive conversations with the monastics she visited, including Venerable Hai Yang, Venerable Hai Shu, Venerable Hai Zheng, she began to understand the significance of renunciation as well as the mission and duties of a monastic. From this tour, my mother not only felt the compassion of monastics in Fo Yangshan, but also gained a better understanding of humanistic Buddhism practiced in Fo Yangshan.